Hello everyone and welcome back to learning Photoshop with Mr. C. In this tutorial we will be going over layer masks and how to manipulate them. If you are unfamiliar with these selection tools, check out my previous video as we will be using them for this activity. I want to start off by creating a layer mask. I'm going to use the quick selection tool to make a very rough selection. After I have made my selection, at the top of the screen there is a button called Select and Mask. We are going to go ahead and click that to bring up a new set of options on the right hand side. As you can see, the selection is not perfect. On the right hand side you will see that there are many options to help adjust the selection you currently have, such as Smart Radius, Smoothing, Feathering, Contrast, and Shift Edge. Not all of these tools will help every time that you use them. In some cases, some tools work better than others. As I finish adjusting the selection, I'm going to select Output to a new layer with a layer mask. Please make sure that this is selected, otherwise you will lose your current selection. Now we have created a layer mask, which you can see in the Layers panel represented as a black and white silhouette. I have made the thumbnails in the Layers panel large so you could see them. What the layer mask does is that it hides the pixels that are not needed while still preserving them, and also has created a new layer so that the original image is unaltered. This prevents destructive editing. You may ask yourself, what is destructive editing? Destructive editing is making changes to an image by deleting the pixels as they do not come back. Layer masks are considered non-destructive as they preserve the original data and any changes can then be deleted. Since our selection is not perfect, we can manipulate it using the brush tool while working in the layer mask. When working in the layer mask, you have two options with the brush: working with black and working with white. Black conceals, white reveals. So as we paint in the layer mask, I can either hide more pixels or reveal more pixels. It is important to make sure that you are working in the layer mask and not on the original photo. If you are working on the photo layer and you use the brush tool, you're going to paint a color over the pixels that you have, so please pay attention. Always work in the layer mask to adjust the layer mask. When working with layer masks, you can enter a mode called Quick Mask Mode by hitting the / key above your return key on your keyboard. This will allow you to see what pixels are being hidden and what pixels are being revealed. The pixels that are being hidden are highlighted with a red overlay. Pixels being shown are left as is so you can see the contrast. You can enter and exit this mode by hitting the / key. What we are going to do now is begin the activity. I'm going to take several different images and create layer masks with them to ultimately create a texture collage. All of the imagery used in this tutorial is available in a Google Drive folder in the video description if you would like to follow along. What I do for this first step can be repeated for all remaining steps. I will show you first at normal speed, and then for the remaining layers I will speed up the video. What I'm going to do first is insert an image that I want to mask. I'm continuing with a theme that I used in my classes previously. First, I need to import my image of choice, and I'm going to scale it up because I'm going to use it for the face, so I want it to cover the whole face. Then I'm going to select the portrait layer, and I'm going to quick select the face. It's important to be on the portrait layer, as the portrait layer has the information that I need to mask. Once I have made my selection of the face, I am then going to go to the bottom of my Layers panel, and I'm going to select Add a Layer Mask. Now I have created a layer mask of an image in the shape of a face. I will repeat the same steps for the hair, while still preserving the pixels I do not need. Importing the image, then making my selection using the portrait information, going back to my chosen layer or photograph, and then selecting Add a Layer Mask. Now we cannot see the girl's face. One way that we can alter this layer so that we can see her face is by using a blend mode. Blend modes are available at the top of your Layers panel on the right hand side. Currently you are on normal because that is the default. However, if you click on that menu, it gives you options. We are going to use overlay for the face.
Mamma mia!
Derivative. That
I absolutely love.
That's just...
Mr. Canarazi's artwork.
I want it. It's everything.
I will speed up the selections and the layer masks, and I will only add one more blend mode, which will be for the shirt, and I'll use multiply. This is an activity that you can do with your own photography, and typically within the classroom I make my students create a texture collage of themselves using whatever photographs they find off the internet. It is very simplistic, but the repetition of the layer masks helps them understand how to better use layer masks and how to refine them.
Mamma mia!
So true, I never thought of it like that.
Oh, hello, you.
I'm going to select this woman and her curly hair. The curly hair will be very tough to get the texture correct. As you can see in my general selection, it is not great and it is very shapely. Not every selection will be perfect, but there is a way to get it as close as possible. However, when I am in the select and mask mode, I have options on the right that I can adjust. In this case, radius and smart radius can help capture the texture of the hair. The other options do not really add to the selection. Make sure to select New Layer with Layer Mask, otherwise your selection will be lost. On the left-hand side in your toolbar, you will see there is a brush called Refine Brush Tool. This tool is ideal for capturing those flyaway hairs and getting the texture that you need. Photoshop does its best to find similar colors and lines while subtracting non-similar artwork. Another way that you can adjust those outlines to your liking is by using Quick Mask mode and using the brush tool. Using a textured brush can help get that scattered look. This may help you with any selections that are tough or tricky. When comparing the original selection and after using the Refine Edge brush tool, you could see a significant difference. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and I hope you'll join me for the next video coming soon.